It is the Riot Podcast. Happy Monday to everyone, or just to you, the listener.
Well, that's nice. When you're listening to the podcast, you're like, Hudson must be talking just to me
singled
only.
you out. It was so nice.
As far as you're concerned, you're the only person listening, and
That's
it doesn't
right.
matter about anybody else.
Thanks for listening. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. And here's what you can experience on our Monday podcast.
We talked about how today is National Taco Day, which is always an exciting day. Are you guys fans of tacos? I personally do like tacos,
I thought so.
but my tacos are a very plain taco.
No,
Yeah.
well, that's a given. There's no chance you eat guacamole, is there?
No, listen, I do like guacamole,
What?
but not on
the
things.
taco?
Yeah,
I'll
well,
do
that's
like
fair.
chips. I can do. That's the only thing I can do guacamole with.
So what's
though.
on your tacos then?
My taco is like beef and cheese.
Hey.
Maybe a
Sour
little
cream?
bit, maybe a little,
Yeah.
just a dabble of sour cream.
Tiny
Not
bit.
a lot. If you put a lot of sour cream on things, that's a whole other
It's just
problem.
really watch yourself today, though, guys, because tacos are not expensive. So, like, don't do anything drastic to try to get a free taco today. Like, that is not the best use of your time. So I have a hard time with taco day.
Yeah, well, you don't want to get trapped in the Taco Bell drive-thru either.
No, they won't let you
I mean,
out.
that's one thing to have that happen at 2 a.m. where you're almost expecting it, but like if it's in the middle of the day and you could still get trapped in that
Well,
drive-thru.
it's also hard on all these days for like food. You're basically selling your soul for the app.
That's
like
true.
for
Yeah.
like whatever is the thing that they're giving you for free. And if it's one free taco, that is not enough.
No,
Yeah,
no,
the
it is
whole
not.
mobile order thing, like half the deals you have to mobile order.
Yeah.
Which I only look at the deals when I'm in line, so
Sure.
like it's too
Too
late
late.
then. It's way
Yeah.
too late. I'm already in the drive-thru. I can't mobile order now. But that's what it seems like every single time I go. Because once I get in line at McDonald's or Wendy's, I open up like the deals app, and
Yeah.
everything's like mobile order, you get free this. Mobile order, you get free that.
Yeah.
And it's just
The
too
McDonald's
late.
one comes in handy because they'll just give you, for a lot of them, they'll just give you a little thing.
A
you
QR code?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
you either scan or you tell them the numbers and they'll give you the deal.
Yeah, like during their one last deal where we got it, but then they forgot to put it in the
Yeah, but
bag.
they
Yes.
screwed it up. So,
Happy National
Yeah.
Day to you.
We talked about that. We also talked about some football from this past weekend and how there was a big game last night.
Did
between-
Cincinnati win? We didn't talk about that.
They
Wasn't
did
it-
win.
Wasn't that the
They
team?
won.
You said
They
if they
did
didn't
win.
then they should just stop playing.
that's
They
right.
won.
It was a big upset victory, and Cincinnati still ranked ahead of Ohio State. In fact, they're on track to, I mean, there's still a lot of football to be played, but they could make the playoffs
They
based
could.
off of how things are looking right now, which would be huge.
Okay, I thought that all weekend. I was like, I wonder, but Cincinnati, I wonder.
They did.
I wonder, the coach of Cincinnati he was the coach of Ohio State for 1 year.
Oh, yeah?
Luke Fickle.
Yep, when I think it was Jim Tressel just like
Yeah.
abruptly was kicked out. And then Ohio State was like, no, you're not good enough, and hired, was it Urban Meyer?
It was
at that
Urban
time?
Meyer that filled in for
So
for
maybe
Luke.
now that Luke Fickle might get Cincinnati into the playoff and Ohio State might miss, maybe Ohio
Well-
State will finally, all these years later, regret their
Yeah,
decision.
but his name is Luke Fickle. I mean,
Yes.
Fickle. It is hard to put your trust in a fickle man.
Yeah. He's been trying to overcome that
his
his
name
entire
forever.
life. Yeah.
We talked about that. We also talked about a man who had a search party that he joined only to realize that they were looking for him.
Let's not put a negative spin on it. Let's just say a man joined a successful search party.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. I mean,
And
he was
a
trying to do the
missing-
right thing.
And missing person was also found.
He was. yes.
This is
So,
perfect. We don't get
double
these
whammy.
good things a lot of times, and this was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had some good news in the podcast today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we're a little negative. I think today we really put a positive spin on things.
I don't know. Sometimes Hudson, there was a few points this morning.
Yeah.
What?
Just a few points where some listeners might have mentioned that Hudson
But my
seems
accent wasn't good.
Yeah, it
Is that-
wasn't good enough.
That's the problem.
Hudson seemed a little harsh, apparently.
not just harsh, but I told one person back, I was like, listen, it's just a Monday. This is just what
It
you
is.
did.
You can't come in on a Monday. If you come in on Monday, you can't expect positivity. I mean, we're all just trying to power through Monday.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're being negative. I think we're just a bit aggressive
Yes,
in our
that's
opinions.
true.
It's just an aggressive Monday.
And we know we've got to get all of our feelings out before the fundraiser
That's
starts.
right. Our RadioU fall fundraiser starts on Thursday, so we'll get you some more information as we get closer to it. But just help out if you can as a podcast listener. It is not free for us to get our podcast out. It costs in so many ways: emotional, physically,
Yeah.
mentally. But if you want to think about helping to support, check out RadioU.com/donate, and that'll be on Thursday.
The good news is, I'll let everyone know now, the podcast is not going to disappear
No, we'll
during
still
the
keep that
fundraiser.
up.
Yeah, we're gonna still be here for you. Well,
So thanks, guys, for listening.
We'll catch you
Bye.
next time.
Everything you love about the Riot, plus a handy-dandy fast-forward option. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Hey, did you get your Halloween decorations up over the weekend?
I was going to go to the pumpkin patch yesterday, but the weather in my area was not the best.
That's right.
So
it was not.
I did not, and my house still looks the same.
You know, you can just get one at the grocery store.
I know. I'm just going to do that.
They let them pick you out. They let you pick them out.
I just go and sometimes I can pay a little bit more. Actually, no, if you go to the pumpkin patch stuff, that stuff's expensive.
Oh, yeah.
They
It's
got
ridiculous.
you there. But if I just go to the grocery store, it's, they need homes too.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Those pumpkins need a place to go.
Yeah, they're just sitting there lonely in the middle of on the big pallet in the big box. So I actually have info here about which states like to decorate for Halloween the most.
Oh,
Would you
really?
like to guess what the number one is?
I'm gonna say somewhere on the right side.
Well,
East Coast. Let's
there's
say
nothing
East Coast.
wrong about not decorating for Halloween. No, actually, number one is Utah.
Really?
Yeah, would you expect that?
All right.
To be fair, there is about 10 states that don't have enough data for us to know.
So
but then maybe
it
that
might
means
not
that they
be.
don't decorate very much at all. Utah, though, did come in at number one. Illinois at number two. And if you're curious for our Radio U, where our stations are, California came in at number 6, Ohio number 13, Michigan number 11, and Oklahoma way down at number 32.
Number 32.
Yeah. So, did you know that the most popular Halloween decoration in the United States? Skeleton. That has to be, it's gotten a boost because of the 12-foot skeletons, don't you think?
Oh, the ones from Home Depot
I
and
mean,
stuff?
they're hard to get, but I think that has really increased the skeleton
I've
popularity.
only seen one of the big skeletons, I think once, and that was last year, but I haven't seen any this year yet.
Yeah, not yet. Well, it's still
early.
Early, and in fact, I have data on that as well. Now, 41% of people say they decorate between October 1st and 7th. So that's
we're right around the time?
Yeah, so it's about time. Only 20% of people say they decorate before October 1st. So, I guess it'd be pretty early. Those 20%, you don't see a lot of those. But it says 82% of people overall are decorating for Halloween.
Well, don't pressure me. Christmas is enough. And if you look, the most popular Halloween decorations, number 2 is pumpkin. And
so that's you?
That's all I do.
And the nice thing about pumpkin is you put that out for Halloween, you can leave it out all the way till Thanksgiving.
That's
it's still,
exactly what
still
I do.
appropriate, even though if you turn it into a jack-o'-lantern, that would be a little weird.
No, I tend not to.
Yeah.
Even though I think you can spray it with stuff to make it last a little bit longer. But if not, you just rotate it. So as it dies, your pumpkin, you just move it around, and so you can leave the good part looking out.
Well, you can also argue that for Halloween, a pumpkin that you've turned into a jack-o'-lantern and then begins to decay is even spookier.
Yes, it's
perfect. Spider was number 3 on the most popular decorations. Witch and then bat is the top 5. Coming in way down at 17, Headless Horseman. I want to see more of that for Halloween. So
it's all starting to seem like work and like I'm going to have to spend more money. I can only decorate for one.
Spend more money? You mean $145? That's the average that Americans spend every.
I can only afford the pumpkins, and that's it.
I don't believe 82% of people are decorating for Halloween. 82% of people don't decorate for Christmas.
This is the Riot Radio U.
Got Isaiah. We brought him into the studio, even though I'm not sure that it's a great idea. Because
wait till you hear what he sounds like.
I don't even sound bad.
No.
I mean, I sound bad. Like when I first get in every morning, I sound stuffed up pretty much no matter what because we wake up so early.
Yeah.
This morning I did feel like I sounded a little bit worse, but not enough for you guys to tell that I was sick.
That's
absolutely
what I was
could.
about to say. You say you normally sound stuffed up in the morning, so when I can tell that you're even more stuffed up than usual, that's when I know something's gone wrong.
Actually, in person, you sound more stuffed up. But just with you guys hearing him over the radio, I think the processor will help you.
You think?
Yeah, I hope so.
Notice. It's fine.
No,
I noticed
when I walked in here, they were like, "Can you come in for the segment?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." What are we talking about? I was like, "Maybe we're talking about like the game last night or what's going on."
Oh, yeah, we'll do that.
All of a sudden, I look, I see, is Isaiah sick? I was like, "What is this segment happening right now?" I was like, "How do they know that I'm sick?" I haven't talked to anyone this morning. I've been in my room, not talking to anybody, and I see this.
We care a lot about you, and we just feel that you don't feel the best.
I don't feel great. I won't lie. I feel like I've been fighting off like a allergy, cold thing now for what's been like 3 weeks.
Oh, 3 weeks.
So it's been like an ongoing process where now my nose is at like peak stuffness of where we've been. But I don't like feel bad. I just real stuffed up in the head.
Can you still smell?
Oh, I can smell. I can taste. Trust me, I test that every single day. I'm like, can I smell? I'm like, I can smell.
They told you that's not always the thing. You can't go by
the
that
end
anymore.
all be all anymore.
If he just constantly feels bad, then none of the symptoms can be attributed to the virus. Right?
Exactly.
It is hard because sometimes with COVID, you go through the symptoms. You're like, man, that's just a normal bad allergy
Right.
day.
Yeah,
That's
that's what I've been going through. I'm like, do I just have allergies or what's going on for the past 3 weeks?
Let me just stick this up your nose. Hang tight.
Oh, goodness. We're just going to do the old-fashioned way. Nikki's like, let me try to see. I'll test you yourself.
Oh, no, it's not a test. Just don't notice it.
No, yeah.
Well, if I was you, I'd be milking this. We have the equipment. You can do your job from home. The person before you.
What?
The person before you did it from hours away.
Oh, gosh. See, nobody tells me these things. I could be at home right now, like half asleep, laying in my bed. Every 15 minutes, I just set an alarm. I wake up and do a quick traffic and then go lay back down in bed.
I'm experiencing a lot. I can't come in, guys. I'm experiencing a lot of shortness of breath. Just continues to be happening.
Every 15 minutes, we need you to say football. And
exactly.
Give us a score.
Yeah.
No, I know I'm sure you'll feel better soon.
Yeah, I feel fine. I'm just a little bit stuffed up in the head. I feel good though. I feel great. I feel great this morning.
Now go back to the other room.
Yeah, we'll call you when we talk about the game last night.
I saw somewhere. It's fine.
Were you healthy enough to stay up for it?
See, last night I stayed up for a part of the game, but I didn't stay up as late as I usually do because I am trying to get better. It's hard to recover from being sick when you wake up so early.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to get more sleep than I usually do. Last night I went to bed around like 9:45 or so.
Okay.
Which is probably about 45 minutes earlier than usual. So a little bit more sleep, nearly getting to that 7 hours where I was looking for. Not 6 hours, nearly the 7.
You want us to make you some tea?
Oh, that'd be great. You guys,
There's tea in the other room.
Snacks, tea, whatever you want. I don't not like being pampered, so we can do whatever. Massages, I'm perfectly open to all of this.
All right, you go back to your area, put your feet up. We'll bring you some of the throat tea.
Wonderful.
The stuffy nose tea.
I'll bring you the ingredients. I don't know how to make it.
Why pay for so many streaming services that you don't really care about when you can not really care about the Riot for free? Radio U.
Not just some sort of holiday. It is National Taco Day.
Oh, that's right.
That's
That is today.
Which, can we all get together and say, huge failure that this is not on a Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday?
Who are the planners for this? Because they have totally failed. What are we supposed to do? We're supposed to have tacos today and then again tomorrow?
Maybe the days rotate around to where it hits it every so often.
But easy fix for that. It comes on the first Tuesday of October every month.
That's when you just make it.
I'm not a genius here. I just know how holidays work.
Well,
you
tacos,
put Taco Day on Taco Tuesday. Come on.
They're not expensive, so there are some deals to be had today. But remember, if you go to a place and there's a long line, it's like $1 or something. Like, just go tomorrow. Just go another day.
You have to think. You have to put a price on your time.
Exactly.
You might not be paying with money, but you're paying with your time if you go and wait for some of these. So keep that in mind.
For National Taco Day today, 7-Eleven says if you have the 7 Rewards membership, you can get 10 mini tacos for $1 at participating stores.
That seems like a good deal, but then again, it's also 7-Eleven.
I bet they're very tiny tacos.
Yeah, and not very good at like, you think Taco Bell is, they're
I've never had one.
skirting the line of what food actually is.
How
What can
7-Eleven
be?
with
Yeah,
it?
7-Eleven's got to be even worse.
Well,
I don't know. I haven't gone to 7-Eleven in a long time.
I like Del
Maybe-
Taco. You get a free stuffed quesadilla taco with any purchase, but you have to do the offer in the app.
They always want you in the app, don't they? What else do we got? We've got, Taco Bell is the big one because they are legitimately giving away free tacos to rewards members, 10,000. I wonder if that is, it doesn't specify. Usually it's always the Doritos Locos taco that they're giving away.
Which
I wonder if
one?
it's that or
I don't
something
know.
else. What else do we have? Anything
Qdoba.
good? Yeah, but
They'll
it's
be
just
offering double rewards.
Double rewards. What?
They don't even want to give away food.
You know, Taco Bell's out there giving away free tacos, and Qdoba's like, we can keep pace with that. We can still tempt people to come.
I've never been to Taco John's.
I love the name.
Bell,
although it reminds me of a Porta John.
You get a free chicken taco today using a coupon that's on their mobile app. You basically have to have everybody's mobile app today.
If you go to Taco Bell after you eat, then you have to go to the Taco John.
I knew you were going to say that the second that came out. That was it. We saw that one coming.
You have to give taco places credit. They have some of the best names, I think, for fast food. What about Tijuana Flats? I don't know what that. I've never heard of it, but and I guess if you were driving by, you might not know what it is because it sounds like it could be like some cattle rustler or something.
That's what you're getting out of the name?
If you do know where Tijuana Flats is, Rewards members get a free taco with a purchase of $2 or more.
So it covers Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, Virginia, and Indiana.
Hey, we're not too far. We could take a ride out there. And anything else? It says Jack in the Box is always running an exclusive app deal where you can get 2 tacos for 99 cents. So are you getting tacos?
You know, none of this really looks like an amazing deal, though.
Yeah.
If you were there anyways and you can get maybe a free taco with your meal, that's one thing. But I think you got to go local. Find a nice local place, not a fast food
It's
one.
a good idea.
And see what they're going to do.
Or how about this? Can I tempt you with this? I saw a lot of commercials over the weekend. Chipotle has a new limited time beef brisket. Does that interest you?
Ooh, that actually does sound pretty good.
Does it?
Every time I go, there's a problem with something.
They'll forget to put the beef brisket in, or they won't have it.
They'll be out of it.
Or they'll give you E. coli, one of the 3.
I think I'll just celebrate National Taco Day at home.
There you go, with some pigs in a blanket.
Perfect. I'll make something else.
If you're looking for hot takes on the day's most important news stories, you're in the wrong place. You're listening to The Riot on RadioU.
Recently, like in the last couple of weeks, there was a study we talked about where it basically said people who eat vegetables are less the way they always frame it is, or the term they use is lower risk of death.
That's it.
Which doesn't make any sense because everybody is 100% going to die.
That they say lower risk.
Yeah, they can, but it's lower the risk of dying earlier than because of different issues. But what the study was pointing out is not that it's the vegetables that keep you alive, but when you eat your vegetables, it was showing that it basically shows that you are able to do something in the moment that may not seem as fun. But make decisions that pay off in the long run.
So even though you don't want to eat those, they might be better for you. And so you're making those choices.
And so that thought process extends past your vegetables to other things you do in life. And it's something that has stuck with me. Not that I've been eating more vegetables, but just the concept of that has stuck with me, especially because thinking about some stuff recently and thinking about like basically that's kind of what God wants to train you to do. That's what Jesus is all about, is training you to make the little choices because sometimes it's hard to, or when you're having little arguments with yourself where you're going, it's easy to prove, well, the Twinkie's going to make me happier now than the green beans are. It's easy to argue for the Twinkie in the moment. But what God's going to do is come into your life and kind of help you argue against that side of yourself that always wants to go with the Twinkie and start for all kinds of decisions in life. Jesus wants to help you make the little choices that all work together to, in the long run, make things better for you. He wants to come into your life and train you in that way. And man, it's not easy. None of us have. Some people, I guess, are better at eating vegetables than others. But
and again, vegetables, it's a bigger thing.
Right. But there's all kinds of different stuff in our lives that even if you're great at eating the vegetable part of things, there's other decisions you still may not be as great with. And God's ready to help you tackle all of it. Jesus is ready to come into your life and just help you live a better life because he loves you. He cares about you. So he wants you to live a happy and longer life. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready for God to come in and help you make those little choices, help you argue against the side of yourself that always just wants to feel good right now, even if it's going to be to your detriment in the future, then ask for it. Say, hey, God, I'm ready to make some changes. I'm ready to listen to you, and I'm ready for your help. And he will do it for you.
The Riot Podcast. Radio U.
wonderful sports weekend, especially for somebody who's home alone and has nothing else to worry about but watching sports.
That was Hudson over the weekend. He had a weekend to himself, and so you got to watch all the games you wanted.
Yes, and yesterday the Packers were on, and the Red Sox were playing their final game of the season. They needed to win to make it in the playoffs. I had the Packers on the TV, muted. I had the Red Sox on the radio, blasted.
On the radio. Yeah, my gosh.
So I could keep track of both.
And were you just a happy camper?
I was so well, once the Red Sox took the lead.
Then
then I was. So it was a great sports weekend, all kinds of college football and stuff. But the culmination was last night, where Tom Brady returned to New England to face his old team, face the Patriots, take on his old coach Bill Belichick. Now, I don't think we got a chance to talk about it pregame on the show, but I was adamant that Bill Belichick was going to come out and he was going to stop Tom Brady because he knows Tom Brady. He would know. He gave him up. He should know his weaknesses, right? And I was basically right because it was a close game. And then,
except he lost. I was basically right outside of him losing.
I was right about him stopping him. I just wasn't right about the Patriots winning, because what happened was Tom Brady gets the Buccaneers into the lead. They're up by a point, 17-16, and gives the ball back to the Patriots about, I think it was 2 minutes left.
Yep.
Either way, Patriots drive down the field. They have it 4th down with a minute to go. No timeouts, I don't believe. And the ball, it's about a 44-yard field goal. 4th and 3, or you can kick a 44-yard field goal. And Isaiah, what would you do there?
What would I do? I would kick the field goal.
What?
I would kick the field goal. What do you mean? If you kick the field goal, you make it. It's a 44-yarder.
And so
easy
you're giving
make.
Tom Brady
you win the game. Yes.
You're giving Tom Brady the ball back where he only needs a field goal.
Yes.
And he's got a minute and 2 timeouts.
Yes, because if you don't get it on 4th and 3, then you look like an idiot.
Yeah, but if you miss the field goal,
if you miss the field goal
and give it back
as
to Tom
a coach,
Brady,
then it's not on you if you
also
missed it. If Tom does what Tom does and he drives the field and beats you, then he just beats you. But I'm not going to risk my job. My job.
Bill Belichick's risking his job.
Yes. I'm not going to risk my job as a coach to say, well, if I don't get this first down here and waste all the time, I have to be able to rely on my defense.
I feel that I totally get what you're saying, but I don't think Bill Belichick, I think it was thought out by him. I don't think it was thought out as far as saving his job. I think he was saving Mac Jones.
Oh, sure.
The new Tom Brady, because if he goes for it on 4th and 3 and Mac Jones doesn't get the first down, then it's like, oh, Mac Jones failed. But if it's a missed field goal and then the defense, and then Tom Brady can drive down and win, then it's not Mac Jones's fault. Mac Jones got them in position. So that's what I think Bill Belichick was doing. But I also think it was wrong. If he should have wanted to win, and so he should have went for it.
If he makes the field goal and the Patriots win, you look like a genius.
Yeah.
What more do you want,
But
you shouldn't miss a 44-yarder.
I guess he would look like a genius if he did, I guess, what I was saying that he would do, which is stop Brady. He kicks the field goal and still stops Brady.
You got to listen to Hudson.
Feels unlikely, but yeah, I think I'm smarter than Bill Belichick. Is what I'm
there you
go.
I
think I would be a better coach.
It's worth watching from last night's game because they said that they were, fans for the Patriots welcomed him back and were cheering for Tom Brady. And then as he got on the field and as the game was progressing, there was lots of booing. So it was a back and forth the whole night.
Did you see the quote from one of the Patriots fans? His name is Schwartzy.
I saw that. Oh my gosh. What was the pregame? Number one, why are we just having random spectators? We have a picture up of Schwartzy and then he gets his whole little line and stuff. He's just a random guy. Why is he getting a quote?
That's what they're trying to connect you to how the Patriots fans are feeling is are they more loyal to Tom Brady or more loyal to the Patriots?
Team? What was his quote?
His quote was, I'll cheer for him when he comes. Does that sound like Boston?
It doesn't. You can just say it in your normal Hudson voice.
No, I like it. Makes me feel
like you're really doing it.
Okay,
well, let's try again. Let's get a real good accent there. Just breathe it in.
You can do this. Come on.
It, okay?
I can't do it. I'm going to just do a New York accent. All of my accents sound
do whatever you want.
I just always sound like a mad mafia guy from New York. So I'll just do the boss. I'll just do him. I'll cheer for him when he comes out. But after that, nah. I want some sacks. I want to see. Here we go. And I'm reading the quote. You get more into it. I want to see our freaking linebackers just pummel him and punish him.
Nice. Nice.
Kid.
Thanks for the quote there.
Yeah, thanks, Schwartzy. Thank goodness we got his quote in there. I don't know what we would have done for the game if we didn't hear from Schwartzy. What would we have even done?
Well, it was worth it just to hear
Why are
Hudson
you hating
do it.
on Schwartz?
I just don't know why we're getting random spectators. Why are we giving them TV time? It doesn't make any sense. Say they asked me. If they asked me to give a quote before a Browns game, I would feel not good about it. Why would they put a picture of me up there saying, "This is what Isaiah said"? Who cares? Who cares what Schwartzy said?
If you missed out on the next Riot moment when it originally aired, you don't know how lucky you are. You're listening to the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Remember a few minutes ago we talked about the little choices that pay off in the long run?
I was learning ahead of time.
Yeah, getting it taken care of ahead of time. RadioU.com/donate.
That is perfect.
Does email stress you out, Nikki?
I am the type of person where I usually, right when I get an email, I take care of it. Because some people will leave 50, 60, 1,000 emails in their inboxes. I have, by the end of the day, I always try to keep mine at 0. So I want to try to get through them all. So it can stress me out a bit if I get a lot of people who email me at the same time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A lot to get through.
But what if it's an email after work? You still do that, or you just wait till the next day?
I still do it. I do. Isn't it annoying? I do it.
Yeah.
I take care of them right then and there.
I hate to tell you this, but when somebody emails me after I leave for the day, I don't even find out about it.
You don't even look at it?
I don't have it. My phone does not notify me when I get a work email to my work email address. So until 6 a.m. the next day,
you're just not going to see it.
I'm never going to know. So if it's urgent, I'm letting you know now. Maybe we've worked together for a while. I probably should have said this earlier. If it's urgent, you should text me.
I understand. I knew that ahead of time. I knew that about you. But for me, I'm not doing it for the person. I'm not.
You're doing it for you.
I'm doing it for me. That's how I'm made up. I just do better not having a bunch of them sitting in my inbox.
Yeah.
So don't think that I'm really trying to be helpful for the person who's actually emailing me. It's not
You're
for
just
their
selfish.
sanity. It's for me.
Well, for a lot of people, though, it is stressful, right? Especially if you get an email after work and it's do I need to pay attention to this? You're emailing me this thing? Do I need to do it now, even though I'm not at work? And so there was a recent study done by researchers at the London Business School in the UK and Cornell University in the US. They worked together. They did a study where they found, in relation to work emails, that what you should do if you're sending an email. So this isn't really helpful to you. If you're getting stressed out by receiving email after work, this isn't going to help you. This is something that you could do to help others. And that is, if you're sending somebody an email, just write at the end of it, this is not an urgent matter, so you can get to it whenever you can.
Oh, that's nice. So they're saying that this is email etiquette, so it sets healthier work-life boundaries and then helps take away some of the stress. So if you're sending it to someone, maybe be aware if it's after hours. You can schedule your email so that they're not getting it till when Hudson will see it.
If you can schedule it, why even need to send this? You just send it the next day.
You don't have to send it till then, but maybe if you're working on it right then and there, you schedule it. Or if you're right, you put something on there don't worry about getting to this till tomorrow. So it's email etiquette on you, the sender, to put realistic expectations on if you need it now or not.
Yeah, I think this is not good. They're like, this is the one simple trick, these researchers say, to make everybody less stressed about their emails. I disagree, because then every email you got that didn't say that, you're going to freak out about. And so then the only way to prevent that is to mark things urgent. And eventually you're Michael Scott, where everything is urgent A, urgent B, urgent C, urgent D, and you don't know. And so I don't think there is a way. I don't think we can stop the email stress.
You're right, but they're saying that this is that email receivers tend to not get the message when something is not needing a quick reply back after hours. Instead, the second you get that email, you just start getting stressed about it, no matter what. So just be mindful of that when you send a bunch to people after hours.
Maybe you should just put that in the subject line.
I know, this is not. But then if you also say it's not urgent, then I feel like people just write it off for days and stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not helpful.
This is not going to work. Either that, or it feels passive aggressive, doesn't it? And every time, I always feel bad when somebody goes on vacation in the last email I send to them before they go, and I'll say, enjoy your time off.
Yeah.
And it's like, they probably think that's so
condescending.
As if I'm upset that they're taking time off.
But
this is why work email stresses me out, because not only can I not receive them, I can't write them either. I can't do anything because it always is interpreted, in my mind, it's always interpreted the worst.
Yeah, well, just be aware. It's probably not like how you think it is. You're just making it worse on your side of it. But
so it's my fault.
No, yeah, that's it. It's always your fault.
You're blaming me.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
See?
Every email, it's a blame for you.
Sheesh. I'm never going to win.
The worst podcast with the best listeners. This is the Worst of the Riot Podcast.
Nikki, I've got good news. It's for you and for young women and girls around the world.
Okay, great.
You can go into space if you want to.
Oh,
just because you're a girl
doesn't
mean you can't.
Thanks, Hudson.
And in fact, not only could you go to space, I know that's on the high end of maybe reaching your goals or dreams, but you could go into any career in STEM if you wanted to.
I know what you're saying. I can do anything I want to.
Yeah.
But I also want to say back, but I might not want to.
But you don't want to?
I don't want to go to space.
Well, maybe you'll be inspired, though.
I think it's too late.
What if you saw a girl like you in space? Wouldn't that make you want to go to space?
No, I feel like, oh, great, she did that. I don't have to.
What if the girl was a doll?
A doll?
Yeah.
You mean like real pretty or?
No. That's a little outdated, isn't it?
I know,
she's just a doll.
Hey, if you've never been called a doll before by some guy, you don't know what that feels like. That's awful.
Hey, doll. It feels so gross, doesn't it?
It is. It absolutely is.
No, I mean like an actual Barbie, like an actual
Barbie doll.
Barbie doll.
Oh, did they send one to space?
Yeah, they did. Well, on a 0G flight.
Oh, sure.
So like close, kind of like it's as much in space as Jeffrey Bezos. It is actually a Barbie that is modeled after a real astronaut. The astronaut is from Italy. Her name is Samantha Cristoforetti, and she is 44 years old. And so they made a one-off Barbie of her initially to, be a fun little thing. But then they actually wound up making it so they could sell it all over Europe to allow young women and girls there to pretend that they have a astronaut they can play with and perhaps dream one day of going to space themselves.
Well, these kind of follow the Barbies that were created after real women in the field. So for a career in STEM, basically these Barbies were created. And for this one, a portion of the sales for the ones that they are going to be selling will be donated to women in aerospace to inspire, the next generation by, following along in this lady's footsteps.
If only they had this when you were growing up before you chose a career in radio.
I wanted to be a marine biologist.
You did?
I did.
Was it because of a Barbie?
No, it was. It was not. I never played with Barbies too much. I was always into more like stuffed animals. But yeah, I totally wanted to be a marine biologist.
Did they have a radio? Well, I guess you wouldn't know, but did they have a radio Barbie?
Back then, I fell
That's probably why. I know here at RadioU we have good representation with women.
We do.
But in the industry, there's not. It's because there's not a radio Barbie.
And it's full of a lot of guys who call us dolls.
Yeah, that's right.
Little lady. Oh, that one's the worst.
Yeah.
Sugar. That one's the worst. It's all bad.
Well, I mean, they all sound bad. It's just depending on where it comes from.
Exactly.
How bad it sounds.
But, you could be whatever you want to be. I just never wanted to be in space.
You can be whatever you want to be if they've made a Barbie of it.
That's it.
Or at least that's how you know. That's how you know if it's okay for you as a girl to be.
That's an awful man thing to say, right? That is just awful.
Well, that's why they're doing it, right? To let you know.
They're not. They're highlighting.
The people at Mattel are letting the little girls, as they grow up, know. They're letting them know which careers are okay. And it used to be not very many. And now girls can be any career they want.
They're just
because
highlighting.
Barbie is saying so.
They're highlighting STEM careers because maybe in Barbie's past, Barbie's had a lot of jobs.
Barbie's been through a lot.
She can literally do almost everything.
She
but they're
was called
highlighting.
Doll. It used to be that Barbie was always called Doll and hot. What is it? I was about to say hot cakes. Actually, that would be a bad one too.
Okay, well.
Maybe somebody has.
I think that's the worst one I've heard.
Really? Hot cake?
That's awful. What is that?
I'd be really bad at harassing women.
It's kind of nice to hear that you wouldn't be good at it.
I would. It's like, I'm not even offended. You're just,
just embarrassed yourself. Thanks, Hudson.
The Riot promise is that they'll always have an opinion on everything they talk about. But that doesn't mean any of their opinions will make sense. This is The Riot on Radio U.
Isaiah's here because you pointed this out to me. This guy in Turkey that he was missing. What happened with this?
So he went missing, and his friends called the police and said they couldn't find him anywhere. Apparently, him and his friends have been having a little bit too much fun, and their friend had wandered into the forest. They had no idea where he went, and so they had a search party going. Yeah, they had a search party going. They called the police. They got a search party going, and then the man heard them saying they couldn't find someone, and he was in the woods by himself. And so he said, "I'll help you guys find whoever you're looking for."
Yeah.
And then the search party, after a while, started yelling the guy's name, and that's when he realized that they were looking for him.
You gotta.
They found him.
Yeah.
And he said,
Successful mission.
he said he reportedly told them, "I am here."
Man, I would have been just quietly leaving the group and just had someone else try to find me. But apparently the volunteers at that point did not really know. They just knew the guy's name.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were friends of his, so that's why they didn't know who he was.
Yeah. Well, you've got to give Turkey credit for actually having a search party to go out for one missing guy in a forest.
Very impressive.
Because in the United States, I mean, if you listen to enough murder podcasts and stuff, it's like, well, the person was missing for 3 days before they started looking.
Well, I mean,
because you can't start, because they normally don't want to start looking for people because it's like they're an adult. They can do what they want. They might not be missing. They might have just gone where they want to go and you don't know about it.
It could be if you're in an area where there's lots of woods, though. That this happens, especially if he had been celebrating too much beforehand.
Yeah, that's where it is. That's when you know the night is wild.
When you go out to the woods.
Right.
How bad do you feel, too, afterwards? You're like, dang, the whole search party was there. I was a part of the search party for myself. Like, the next morning when you wake up and you're like, dang, I was just down bad last night. Like, that was a rough night.
Well, now he's got a good story.
Yeah.
Sometimes you also feel like your friends don't care about you.
Yeah.
Or, everybody has a down moment where no one even cared if I was not here.
Yeah, exactly.
They totally looked for you. They cared enough about you to get a quick search party out.
Aw.
How bad would you feel, too, coming back to your friends? You're like, they found me, guys. Like, if I was their friends, I'd be like, what the heck were you doing, you idiot? We had to call the police. Like, you're never coming out with us again. Like, that was last chance.
They're going to have to rethink that group from now on.
Well, you have to have a designated buddy for that buddy. So then that person's job is to watch over that friend if they have a history of it. Like, I watched, I don't know how old the video is, but the guy who also had too much partying, and he starts eating raw chicken at the table, and all his friends were like, what are you doing? Like, if you have the tendencies to do sort of things, you have to have a friend watch over you.
Well, maybe this is the intervention moment.
This is,
Maybe they weren't planning that, but there might have been signs of this beforehand, or they've had other wild nights, and it's like, this guy, we gotta be careful with him. And then it finally comes to a head here, and this gives them the opportunity to
have a little meeting.
Just have a little
sit him down.
Yeah, a little what for you give him, and well, that sounds like you're beating him up. You don't have to do that. You just give him a nice stern talking to and say, hey, we care about you, and this is how your actions are affecting us. You've made us have to go on a search party. We didn't want to do that. Although I have always kind of wanted to be a part of a search party.
Yeah, that's because you do listen to podcasts about crime
What do you
stuff.
mean you want? Like, why do you want to be a part of a search party?
To be helpful. I want to be helpful.
Do you want to be the person to
then.
find the person, though?
I don't want to find the body, but I'll find.
No, we're leaving this as if they're alive and fine. You just want to be the one to rescue them.
Hudson wants to be the hero. That's what he wants.
Actually, no,
He's like, I want to be the hero.
I want to be a part of a group.
You are? What is this?
What are we?
No,
what are we?
Hey,
There's three of us here.
Isaiah, go walk out back.
Yeah, I know.
Hudson come find you.
I want
This is a group.
The camaraderie of we're all working together to find.
What? Yet again, what are we doing here?
You want something lost?
What do you want, Hudson?
I want a bigger group. I want the stakes to be very, very high.
Oh my gosh.
And the expectation to be very low.
Here, give me your wallet. We'll go hide it and let's go find it together.
Exactly.
No, if you lose my wallet, then I could get lost and nobody would be able to identify me.
Well, we would send out a search group for
but
you.
But nobody would know it was me if you found me. I wouldn't have my identification.
Listen, you can't have both ways. What do you want?
No.
I don't want to be the lost one. I want to be the finder.
He doesn't want to hide. He wants to seek. He wants to seek.
I want to seek. That's right.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Nikki, in the past 24 hours, have you experienced bloating? What?
I didn't think you would say that.
Why not?
I don't know what I thought you were going to tell me. I don't know. Bloating.
I'm going to add you to the survey.
I don't want to be in this survey.
Why not?
Because I didn't ask. I don't want to.
I'm asking you.
No
You
bloating.
haven't? What about a rumbling stomach?
No rumbly stomach.
Okay, then you're one of the 40% that haven't had that in the last 24 hours. Bloating, 62% haven't had it in the last 24 hours. So the reverse is 38% have had bloating. 60% have had a rumbling stomach. What about
Which,
belching?
I will say, can come after a long weekend.
Oh, yeah. I actually have a rumbling stomach now.
Because you ate everything you...
No, because I haven't eaten in a while.
Oh, you're hungry stomach.
Yeah, I haven't eaten anything yet.
I thought you meant the rumbly when, like something storming inside. That sort
Actually,
of rumble.
You know what? That I think I've had both today.
A little bit of
Already. The day is still young, and I've already hit that one. Have you belched in the last 24 hours?
I have not.
58% of people have belched in the last 24 hours. And
Don't ask anything else because I know what's left. Don't you dare ask.
What?
There's nothing else.
Listen, if you have experienced flatulence in the last 24 hours,
No!
you're one of 81% of people. It's totally normal.
So
and the
you're-
other 19% of people are probably lying. They're probably like you. They don't want to answer the question.
I think you're trying to say that this international survey is finding that that sort of stuff is completely normal for your body to have.
Yes, it's
You're normalizing it.
Is it normal or does it mean something's wrong? Does it mean we need to eat more yogurt maybe?
The probiotics.
Yeah, because this research was all done by it's called Danone is the company, but they make Danone yogurt.
Oh yeah, that's for probiotics. Then.
So they're trying to get at almost all of us need more yogurt. They might say in
Yogurt.
the UK. In the UK, they call it yogurt, and I usually say it that way.
So they
I
say
like that better for some reason.
It's representative of the general population. They did about 6,000 adults in the U.S., UK, and Mexico for an online survey about various questions about your health and what you might be experiencing.
Are you surprised that that 81% of people admitted that they had farted in the last 24 hours?
Not that because it's an online survey.
Would you answer an online survey asking you about?
No, because I assume it's spam or it's some sort of, malware.
A lot of time, I guess you probably still wouldn't believe it. I was going to say when you do the surveys, usually you have to sign up for a survey company and then they pay you and stuff. But if it was here, you get a gift card, yogurt gift card or something, if you
get a coupon.
tell us if you farted or not, I think you would still probably be suspicious of that.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go to the store and get that type of yogurt. I wouldn't want to check out with that one because then it looks like you do have stomach issues.
Oh, she must have seen the survey.
You got the coupon too? Yeah. No, thank you. I'd rather just be bloated feeling.
Well, I think, you'd be one of many others, so you don't have to feel bad. It's kind of weird that we're also, and I'm very much like this, that we all don't want to admit or don't want to fart around others, but it does. What?
Nothing at all.
We're totally fine. It should be fine. We all do it.
Yeah, you lead
and
the way.
it's hard to control.
Go ahead, Hudson. Go ahead.
I'll lead. Yes. Hey, I'm far from a leader. There are people out there who just don't care.
No, I want you to lead the way in this room.
Yeah.
So you start being that comfortable.
The thing about this room is there's only two of us in it.
You just heard the worst of the worst. We'd give you the best of the best, but we'd have to find that. As soon as we do, you'll be the first to know.